What's up, team? It's David, your head coach at PSYFI, coming to another psychology fitness tip of the day. And today's tip is going to be I's, Y's, and T's. I's, Y's, and T's. This is not a YMCA commercial. I am not one of the village people dancing, but this is an amazing exercise if you want to get more strength and mobility in your shoulders. Now, here's the thing. This is a very nuanced exercise. So I want you to pay close attention to what I say about how close our hands are off the ground, because there are a litany of things that your body will do to cheat to make this happen. And we want to make sure we're not cheating. Why? Because we're all about quality of movement over quantity of movement at PSYFI. So as we come on the ground, the things you're going to be thinking about. If you've not watched our scapular retraction or our lat depression videos, I suggest you go watch those first, because you need to know how to do those two movements standing before you can bring it on the ground for an I's, a Y, and a T. What that essentially is that you understand how to pull your scapula back into place without really bending too much through your gut, and without bending your elbow too much. And then the lat depression is able to engage your lat without having to like break down all your arms and do some kind of weird pulling motions. Because what we're gonna be doing is basically doing that on the ground. We're gonna be pulling through the scapula, flatten the lat, and then we're gonna try to move our arms. So let's see what that looks like. Remember, this is gonna be a great exercise for you guys that want more shoulder mobility, more shoulder strength, rotator cuff particularly. So if you are in the things that I do, surfing, climbing, and Muay Thai especially, you're going to want to be doing these on a fairly regular basis to make sure you strengthen those shoulders. If you're coming off a shoulder injury, this is also a great one to be doing as part of your shoulder routine. So let's come on the ground and see what this looks like. So I'm going to come flat on the ground, and I'll make sure that I am in what we call a prone position. That means my belly is down on the ground. So I'm gonna bring my arms out in front of me, fully extending. I'm gonna put my head down on the ground. Now from here, I'm gonna reach out as far as I can, which is called protraction. And then I'm gonna retract my scapula. I'm gonna push my arms down. And as I try to reach up, oh gosh, you can notice I'm trying to squeeze. And it's hard for me to get my hands maybe 1 inch off the ground. Now, if I was doing this differently and I wasn't trying to actually engage the scapula or the lats, I'd be able to do this. So look at the difference here. Again, that's like 6-8 inches to here. I retract, I push my lat into the ground, and I try lifting. Oh my gosh, I can lift about 1 inch off the ground. Now we're going to do this in what we call an IYT position. There's your I. Come out to a Y position, with kind of like a victory thing. Same thing. Now inhale, you're going to reach out, protract, exhale, retract, push the scapula down, and lift up. Now notice I'm getting a little bit more of the space out between my hand and the ground now, because I'm actually getting to a wider position. So the key things to think about though is do not bend your feet, do not bend your fingers, do not bend your wrist, do not bend your elbows. These are all little cheats that your body will try to do. Try to keep everything in and lift. And when you come to the last one, you come out to a full T position or a cross position. Make sure your thumbs are up in the ground. Now, this is the one you're going to get the most off the ground. So just pay attention to this, but still make sure you're drawing in and squeezing. As you can tell, now again, if I would just try to do this without engaging, I can lift way up here. But if I engage, I can only lift up to there, a couple inches off the ground. So as you're doing these, team, few things to make sure you're doing. 1, you're inhaling as you reach out, exhaling as you reach in and try to reach up. 2, keep your thumbs pointed up the entire time. 3, don't break your wrist or your elbow. They should be in a straight line no matter where you go. 4, you're gonna notice that you'll start getting more room off the ground as you do these. Do not bend your back. Do not bring your feet off the ground. This isn't a kind of Superman position. I want you to keep all that stuff on the ground as you do these I's, Y's, and T's.